It's with your cool little face there. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you because I don't know. Internet could be bad today because of the wind, though. You know, on days of bad weather, it's normally crappy. You know, honey?
Mm-hmm.
I love you. Oh, sorry. I just wanted a kiss. I'm sorry.
I'm here. Just give me 2 seconds, friends.
Well, there's only 2 people on. I don't think they're mad at you.
We had a issue right from the start.
I love Daddy.
I'm going.
Oh, you got 13 people on.
Okay. Now let's hope that stays on. Hi, friends. It's like hurricane windy outside. Get it? So that we might have internet troubles on any device today because it's very windy. But anyways, hello. I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe, like, share my videos with your quilty friends, as well as comment if you're watching the replay. Again, today is one of those days I didn't give you a notification because I just decided to come on when I come on. So I'm here and I have things I want to do with my slow machine. So obviously I have to come on and do things because this one takes forever.
Oh, your part's supposed to be here on Saturday.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, Kim. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Suburban. Hi, Jim. Hi, Diana. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Diana. Hi, Zella. Hi, Judy. Hi, Jessica. You should have seen the look on my son's face when he walked in the room last night. He hears Tiffany saying, check, Judy. That's funny. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Auntie Anne.
The video is funny.
Hi, B.
And it's awesome.
So I'm pretty sure you guys all have seen my train to Tiffany's quilting life. Okay, I'm going to explain this real quickly. Like, I needed an intro video that shows everybody me and how silly I am without my face, because I thought it would be funny. Because I made this big long fabric train, which you can see here. This is right here is all that fabric that I've been putting together. 107 feet of it. Can you believe that? So I put myself out of breath, as you can tell in the video, laying it around the house so that I could choo-choo train it for a funny video to welcome people to my channel. Yeah, and I want them to feel welcome with my silliness as they do when they're watching my videos. So yeah, I was just being creative and silly, and I don't think anybody has a choo-choo train to their lives. So
hi, Zella. Hi, Darlene.
I have one. It's definitely funny. So now I want to put my choo-choo train of fabric into a quilt. So it's just one long continuous piece, as you saw in that little video. And I worked on it on here on what, Sunday I think I started it, and then or one of those days, and then Monday
Rachel
I worked
says,
on
I
it.
love the railroad.
I worked on it
like
on Monday night on YouTube or on Facebook, because Facebook's really clear. I just was sewing the pieces, and then on Tuesday night also I did a little bit of piecing on Facebook. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, then you missed out on those videos. They're very clear, great quality, no skipping, no spooling, perfect videos. It's kind of weird, and yeah, so. But that was just, you know, sometimes I do work on things off camera. So, but at least though on Facebook, you guys got to see the on camera part. So I've come up with a design and I did some math. Can you believe it? I did math right here. Math. I came up with some math, and there's 107 feet of this. So I'm going to subcut 90 inch. I'm going to pull it out 90 inches. 90 inches. I'm going to cut 13 90-inch strips of this. And then I went ahead and cut 29 1.5-inch strips. That way this quilt turns out just with these strips in between and these strips, this, and then alternate to this and this, and then alternate to this. It will equal 90 by 90. Look at that. I did math. So just so you know,
Okay.
I did trim down these. They were 6 inches when I was piecing them, but there were so many that were off, that weren't perfect, that I just said, screw it. I grabbed a number from my head and trimmed everything to 5.5 inches. So I made long strips and then I folded them in half and then cut 5.5 inch widths. So the whole entire thing, and most of it's directional. So it's going to go strip, accent color, strip, accent color, over and over until I have 14 rows of this and 13 of this, right? Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so this is 1.5 inch strips, and I'm going to sew these together now because I'm going to be doing the same thing with this as this. I'm going to subcut 90-inch strips, but I just want to make one long train of this too. So you guys, some of you have seen my little secret to success on quick, big, huge, long borders. Well, this is how I do it. I stack them all up like this. And this is the easy part because all I do is take the bottom piece away. Bye-bye bottom piece. Grab the next 2 pieces, which automatically are right sides together. So what I do is I just sew those through, 1/4 inch seam, and then I'll grab the next 2 bottom ones, which are automatically right sides together, all the way until I get to piece 1, which will be right side up, and it'll be a loner piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull from the bottom and chain piece all of this together, making a nice long train of 1.5 inch strip that I will be subcutting either way, because the fabric together don't equal, 2 pieces don't equal 90 inches. So I needed to have 2 and like 5 extra inches to equal 90 with this fabric.
Jim said earlier, trains are awesome. Now we have fabric trains.
Yeah. I do highly suggest you guys make a fabric train and then just subcut, because this was so easy, just hooking them all together, and then like all I have to do is now subcut the sections that I want with the inches that I want, which is going to make everything go together so easily. Like right now with these, I'm just doing this, but this machine is so slow that it's going to take me forever, because this is going to be a 90-inch by 90-inch quilt. Can you believe that? I'm getting a 90-inch quilt out of 2.25 yards of my backing my background fabric, and 107 inches worth of fabric scraps. I mean, 107 feet worth of fabric scraps. Can you believe that? That's going to make quite the nice size quilt. Perfect for a queen bed.
I don't know who it is. They gave me $2.
Game Bro, thank you. And I don't know what SC, what does it say?
SDG. Got money.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate
welcome
that.
To my channel. So I'm just gonna sew all these together, and then I just pull 2 and they're right sides together already. So easy. So easy to do this. And I chose yellowish color. It's like a yellow, I don't know, just looks like yellow cloudy color. When Scott comes back, I'll have him hold the actual bolt of it up to the camera so you guys can see.
What do you want me to do?
Hold this up to the camera so they can see through colors
Oh, I was just looking up on the
of what
computer.
I'm doing as my back fabric, or my
There you guys go.
background fabric or accent fabric to go with all of the colors of all the scraps.
It's kind of like a dark yellowish.
Yeah, it's like a
yellowish
mustard
brown.
yellow, but cloudy.
Yeah, it's a cloudy
mustard. It's a cloudy mustard.
There you go. Can we turn this light on? Maybe that'll lighten it up a little more. Did that show?
Oops.
Yeah, that shows it a little better. It looked too dark in the first one. It's a little bit lighter than it showed.
Stupid machine. Stupid machine. It sucked my fabric down into the hole. Don't we hate when that happens? Even on chain piecing, it happens. All right. So what is everybody up to today? Anybody sewing too? Making fabric trains?
Okay, says I'm working on the tip bag makeup case.
Ooh.
And Katrina's back. We found her. We were wondering, Katrina. Katrina says, "Hi, Tiffany. Sherry's daughter helped me send you the money for the Sew Becca auction. Sorry for the delay."
Oh, which way?
I don't know. How did you send it, Katrina?
Did you get my email?
Tiff sent you an email.
And it's no problem with the delay. It's okay.
Yeah, the delay's no big deal. We just thought you changed your mind and didn't want it. We weren't sure what was going on. We were trying to get a hold of you. Because I can easily mail it out any day. I can have it mailed out today even.
So I'm just sewing these together.
Hi, June. Nice. June says hi.
I'm not even going to press this before I start cutting my 90-inch segments. I'm just going to sew them together, chop them apart, and then, yeah, when it comes to the pressing, then we'll just press when I'm done sewing them on. I'm also going to alternate directions when I do start sewing this whole thing together because I am using smaller strips, and smaller strips seem to bow faster than larger strips. So since the smaller strip is going in between, I will alternate the direction of the ways I sew this together, and it's going to get very big very quick. I'm also going to use the same fabric as a border.
Linda says hi.
Hello, welcome everybody who's joining in.
Toledo, you're getting spoiled today.
Oh, hey, thank you, Cheryl. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Isn't she the one that got the quilt?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Cheryl, you got the quilt too, right? Goodness, you're just awesome. Thank you very much. I hope your quilt gets there soon. I think it's supposed to be there by Saturday, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hi, Deborah. Deborah says, where did you get those butterfly decals? Everyone loves those.
They're Urban Elements. They're from urbanelements.com. They don't just sell decals and stuff there. Urban Elements also sells the computer designs and stuff and pantos for long arming. They also sell zipper tab pulls and all sorts of like stuff. They have all sorts of stuff. Elements.com. They sell all sorts of things. Project making. All right, so there was the last piece. It ended up right side up like it's supposed to. And now all I need to do is snip all these apart because it's all chained together, and then it'll be one super duper long long. It's probably gonna be longer than the actual fabric train, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably. It's the second fabric train. It's super long.
Cheryl says, I will post for sure when I receive it. I promise.
Awesome. Yeah, you know, that's the one quilt I forgot. Well, actually, I do it every once in a while. I forgot to take pictures of it before sending it off because I take pictures of all my quilts. And yeah, I absolutely 100% forgot to photograph that one. But that's okay. All right. So now I have a really long piece, and if I start yanking it out, it'll get tangled. So I'm just going to kind of pick it up and throw it over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera. We need to cut 90-inch segments from this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off some and then fold in half. So at 45 inches. So it means 245 folded in half, and then I'll cut because that'll make 90. Does that make any sense? That way I don't have nowhere to stretch out 90 inches to cut. So I'm just going to do it the halfway. So I'm going to turn the camera so you guys can see the cutting mat. And this is heavy. This is a lot of fabric right here. Super duper a lot of fabric. So you guys might even peeks of Scott today because, yeah. So I'm going to hope that you can see. Oops, that was like too hard. You can see over there quite well. And you can see I have my measuring tape here. And they have it to like 48 inches. But what I'm going to do is only lay out to 45. So I'm going to find an end. Oops. Nope, don't roll like that.
Okay.
I'm not.
Katrina said, I'm sure Sherry's husband will get it when he gets back. He is the one that checks her email. Okay. She says, thank you.
All right. So I'm going to lay this right here.
She
And-
says she paid credit card via PayPal donation.
Okay. I'm gonna lay
Okay,
this
thank
on
you,
here
Katrina.
with the fabric at the start of my measuring tape. And I'm gonna lay it out nice and flat on my ironing board right here. Nice and flat. And then I'm gonna go to 45 inches and I'm gonna fold this in half onto itself so that I can get 90 inches.
It's so nice to have some company in my sewing room today. Can't wait to see your quilt come together.
So, and I'm folding it on top
Thank
of
you, Kay.
itself like this. And I'm just gonna have this big, huge roll because it's coming from the bottom and the top. Making sure nothing is shifting.
Good morning, Kathy. Kathy says good morning, everyone.
Nothing is shifting. And I'm at 45 and 45 is 90. So there we have 90 inches. And now I'm just going to fold it onto itself and make the cut right here at this beginning where they're both equal.
I looked up the SGD thing. It's a Singapore dollar.
Ah.
So thank you very much, Game Bro. We figured that out. It's about $1.50 or so in our money. But every bit helps and counts. It goes
All
towards
right.
our channel for Tiff to buy more fabric and thread and needles and everything and
here-
anything.
Should be 90 inches worth.
So thank you. We appreciate it.
So I'm just going to go ahead and cut all my 13, hold on, like I said, I did my math, 14 90-inch strips. So I'm going to start by laying this out again,
Hi, Joyce. Hi, Carissa.
right to the start of my thing. We are definitely going to have to just throw this on the floor.
I love those little cool pictures that these people post.
All right, so I'm going to lay it right to the start of my measuring tape, and I'm going to come down here, fold it on top of itself at 45. I want that fold exactly at 45, right there, laying it on top of itself. Oops, don't move, Tiffy, don't move it. All right, there. And if it's off just a little bit, I can trim when it comes to the final quilt, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Hi, Mary. Mary says hi, all. Hope you're doing well. I've been ironing black. I hate black. I just
And
don't see it well.
sometimes they'll end at a seam. So what I'm going to do, since this ended exactly at a seam, is I'm going to pluck that seam out because it'll lay nice and flat. It landed exactly at a seam on this one. And sometimes they will do that with fabric train. I'm just going to rip the seam out. I know you guys can't totally see what I'm doing here, but
Do you want me to zoom in or anything?
no. it's fine.
Okay. And Katrina, thank you very much for paying, but we also need your address. I don't know if we know your address.
Yeah, because it goes, I have to, it's probably in the thing. Maybe she left a note.
Oh, okay. Yes, we also need your address.
All right. Okay. So here is another 90-inch piece. And again, I'm just going to keep continuing on. All right. Now I'm going to start with this one. Lay it right here to start. Pulling on my little fabric train here. So that's at the start. My thing. We're going to fold it at 45. It's a lot of fabric to play with here. There's 45. Laying it on top of itself. So we get to.
Do you want me to help with anything over here? Can I do anything? Okay.
And look at that one. This one ended at a seam too. Look at that.
Hi,
I like
Diane.
when they end up at a seam.
Diane says hi.
Hello. I'm just going to slide this across the seam. Some of them will end at a seam, some of them won't. But I like when they do. Because then it makes it like super straight and there's not like a folded seam right before the edge. That would suck. Oh man. Come on.
They're just talking to each other right now. I'm gonna put their second one.
Mm-hmm. You can leave the keyboard up here then so I can see it.
Okay. I was gonna just lay it over there. They're just saying hi to each other.
Okay.
Is
So
everyone-
there's another 90-inch. Just gonna lay it down right here
You want me
and
to move this so you don't poke
start all
yourself?
over again. No, leave it right there.
Well, I don't want you to poke yourself.
I'm not gonna poke myself.
Hi, Mary Jane. Mary Jane says hi.
Hello. Okay, coming down
This
to
in your way?
45. Oops.
Do you want me to move it up here?
Yep, thank you. Right there. Right there.
Oh, thank you.
Step on the other side of this fabric train because it's totally in the way. You guys can't see the tangle that's happening here on the floor. So I'm gonna come right down to here. This one did not end on a seam. So this one I will fold it right on there. Make a nice crease with my fingers and then slide my scissors right at the beginning. And here is another. So what are we at? 4 now? I have a long way to go to get this whole thing cut up. I could have made the 90-inch strips all on their own at first, but I did not because I wanted the fabric train because it was awesome. All right. Do it all over again. Lay it at the start of the measuring tape. Come to 45. Like that. Put it on top of itself. Come right here, fold it on top of itself one more time. Create a nice fold.
Okay.
And cut. And there's another. Whew.
Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie said, just saw you were on. Dang, housework gets in the way.
Oh, that's fine.
It's okay, Bonnie. We know how that goes. We all have housework.
All right. Still going.
If you guys did see the fabric train video from yesterday, that sucker made a lot of dust through the house, so we had some housework.
Yeah. Fabric is dusty.
It was very fun, though. Bonnie says we need a big buzzer to go off to let us know when you're on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this one's going to cut right into the center of that owl.
Hi, Suburban. Suburban says, and the housework never ends.
Oh, well, it's going to cut into the owl.
Bonnie said, yes, we did see your video. Joyce said that was so funny. I thought it was funny. I was saying toot toot in the background, but I don't think you heard it.
Okay, another one down. I'm just going to land right here.
Carissa asks, has anyone made anything with stag and thistle fabric line? Neat ideas.
I have no idea what some of the fabric lines are in this world. Trust me, I do not know.
So a no for us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hi, Lane. Lane says, take the train up the street. LOL.
Yeah, you know I could have done that. If it wasn't windy yesterday with like 100 bazillion mile-an-hour winds, I probably could have laid this down the street just to do it for fun.
Yeah, it would have went to at least 2 neighbors' houses. It was
Yeah.
long enough. Bonnie says that was
Plenty
such a
long
good
enough.
video. Kay says she heard me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
He was laughing most of the time though, like under his breath.
Well, she did it 3 times or so because she changed what she was saying in it, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, because I try to just say things on the fly.
It was so funny. We couldn't help but laugh while she was doing it. Diane says it was such a fun video.
Okay, that one's landing at a
Carissa
seam.
says you'd love it, Tiff, talking about the fabric, I believe. The stag and thistle fabric line. We'll have to look it up then. Was it expensive, Carissa? Although nowadays all fabric it seems to be expensive. Can I help you do anything, honey?
Nope.
Suburban says too bad about copyright stuff. Crazy Train would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Tiff loves that type of music too. Yes, that would have been perfect. I like it too, but Jim says you can tell you had fun making the video.
I was out of breath so much from laying this darn thing out all around the house. It was definitely fun.
Carissa says, yeah, it was expensive. Yeah, Ella. Kay says my husband liked it. He was like, wow.
Who's that crazy woman? I'm sorry. I am a silly person on a normal basis, so.
June said you did a great job yesterday with your train. Hi, Beverly. Bonnie says, I found some purple batiks in my stash. Do they have to be big pieces? Small scraps, okay?
Oh, for my project, I
Need
have to
address.
make 2 quilts for that project because I need to do the math first and do it all on my own and then make the video for it. I know that seems so weird, right? But I need to do the math first. So I'm actually using 1-yard cuts, but I do have a lot of fat quarters stuff that I'm using for that project. Not using right this very second. I'm stashing them all up until I start it. But
Did you mean you want to send it to us, Bonnie? Need our address? Our P.O. box address should be at the bottom of the videos,
description,
right?
yeah, in the description of every video.
Yep, it should be in the description of every video. If you actually do want to send it to us, though, thank you very much. We appreciate all fabric gifts, too. Krista says the giggles were the funniest on the video. Yes, they were. Hi, Ellen. Ellen says hi. Katrina said Cliff sent you an email from Sherry's email with the shipping address. Before Sherry got sick, she set up an email for me for YouTube, but I can't get into the email without the password. Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay,
fine.
Katrina. As long as we get it all figured out.
Okay.
We get that sucker mailed to
How
you and
many
you
do I
can
have
enjoy
so
it.
far, Mr. Scotty? Can you count?
What's that?
How many of these are there so far?
Okay, okay.
I feel
Put
like
me to
I'm,
work. I need to do something.
I feel like I'm going forever.
Well, honey, it is pretty long. As we know, it's well over 100 feet. 2, 3, 4.
Big head's probably blocking the camera.
8. I don't see the camera at all.
You were.
There's 8.
All right.
You asked me to count, I counted 8.
I'm only at 8?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is going to take forever. Must be 9. Whew. Yeah, and I still have to do this with the other color. Actually, I probably don't even have to do that. I can just let it flow from the ground and cut as I go.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 10. It's 10. The bottom 2 are stuck together. It's 10.
Come on, get in there. There we go.
So that's who makes it, Scott.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with the other one. I think I'm just going to sew them.
No, Bonnie, the piece is supposed to be here on Saturday for the Juki. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. And then I got to get back to my client projects because I'm behind now. But it's always unexpected stuff that halts you for a little while. And that's how it happened. Unexpected break of machine pieces. And of all things, it's the little tiniest piece. Oh, I'm getting there. Almost to the end. I should have just a tiny bit left over with my math corrections, which I'll throw into the back, most likely. So And I think, how many am I at now?
You were at 10.
Well, I don't know how many that is now.
Okay, I will recount.
I need
Don't worry.
14.
Vicky says she has to have her son put the sewing table back up before he goes home. Okay, I will count again, my love. You know, if you put them all the way down here, that'd be a little bit better. Some of them went down. That's another reason.
Alright, right here. The last one to rip it landed on a seam. Okay.
You're at 13.
Okay, this is the 14th. I counted. I made sure that I knew I needed a certain amount to get 90 inches when I add the other pieces. Sorry, I'm a little quiet because it's hard to concentrate. When I'm sewing, it's a little bit different.
Can I help you with anything?
When I'm ripping it,
We don't have a whole extra piece here, huh?
no, just a little tiny piece. It's like 0.1663 or something like that. That was how much was left over after I did the math on 1,270 something inches, which is 107 feet. Okay, so my last little piece is all that. That's it. I'll toss that out of the way. And here's my 14th piece. Now to start sewing. Woohoo! Now to start sewing. I'm not even going to bother cutting these to size. I'm just going to sew them and then trim as I go.
No worries, Ellen. Ellen's to drive. She'll watch the rest later when she
Okay.
gets home.
That is fine with me. That's what replays are for. All right. Now let's just slowly sew on this slow machine. I'm going to throw this on the ground next to me. Bam.
Do you want me to tape measure right now?
If you want. All right. I want all my pieces to be directional. So if this, say the puppy is my directional piece that I could see, he's going to be my top piece. So I want my first strip to go on the bottom of that. So I'm going to line it up right here at this front top piece and just sew on down with a 1/4 inch seam all the way to the other end. This machine is bouncing up and down like crazy. And the seams are flipping every time they hit the lip of this thing.
It's always just doing the irons today if you want. For you.
And again, I didn't press those in between seams.
KS, why is your machine bouncing so much?
Because it sucks.
It's so happy, it just jumps up and down and Tiff uses it. Thank you, Katrina, for the reminder. Reminded everybody to do the thumbs up.
Yeah, this machine does not at all like to go fast. This machine is meant for slowing people. Slow sewing people. People who sew slow. Not me. I'm also flipping seams as I go too, because they are flat, but they're hitting this lip. All right, so now that I'm completely on my tray, I'm just going to fold this on top of itself, and there will be 90 inches.
Oh. Joyce says she voted this morning as soon as she came on. Thank you, Joyce.
Yay.
I think I actually forgot to vote today. I'm gonna have to go vote now.
All right, so here is my first one done, and like I said, I'm going to be alternating directions. So Scott will be pressing this back without any folds or pleats. I'm going to push it back to start by using my finger for now.
Kay says it's so happy you're using it.
Yeah.
Oh, so I get to iron now?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have worn my Iron Man shirt.
I'm like making sure all the seams are 100% facing back. That way Scott doesn't crease or fold, because he has a habit of putting creases in everything. So
Hey, I did exactly what you told me to the other day.
he's learning.
And because you wanted the bottom things flattened to one side. So I ironed it upside down. And then you said I put creases in. So then I ironed it from the front. No matter what I do, you're never happy.
All right. So I'm just using my wooden press tool to pull all these seams 100% back and open. And then I'll pass it to Dot, who will iron it.
Okay, what exactly am I doing?
Well, it's already pressed back with whatever, you just need to fold it back now.
Okay, so I'm just ironing this.
Yes.
Like that.
Yep. And now I'm going to add one to this one. So let's put the directional,
Do I need to use your
the
fancy
way it
ironing
is.
thingy?
What
Right
fancy
there?
ironing thingy?
The thing I used all day
Oh,
yesterday.
no. Mm-mm.
The thing
All right,
I
now
used
I'm gonna
all day
grab
to iron your stuff.
Another end, and I'm going to line this up, and all these I'm going to sew on this direction, and then when I sew them together, I will sew from the bottom, so they'll be facing a different way. I know I'm probably confusing you guys, but that way I'm alternating seams, because like I said, the smaller the seam, the more warping you will have. The wider the seam, the less warping, I've noticed, because I do a lot of Bargello quilts, so, and or strip piecing.
Carissa says that's called being married. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Mary says she combined yours and a friend's recipe for the chicken enchiladas because I don't have all the ingredients for either, and they were delicious.
Ooh.
Oh, and Suburban wants to know where she goes on Facebook to vote for the unicorn.
In the group. In the group. It should be the top pinned post. If not, then you just go over to like the bar that says announcements. It's under that.
I just scroll till I find the picture of the unicorn quilt that Tiff has posted, and I click right on the picture, or the link, whatever. Normally I just click right on the picture, it takes me to it, and that's how I do it. Suburban, normally I do it in the morning, but this morning I actually forgot. I'm gonna have to go do it now.
Just so you guys know, I've been voting for my opposite other than the unicorn. You guys are all voting for the unicorn, I'm pretty sure. And I'm voting for my Jacob's Ladder every day.
Why are you voting for the other one? I thought we were all going to vote for the unicorn since that's the one that had the most
Because I
votes.
want to give another chance to the up one too. I don't want to
Okay.
just have all the votes on only one of my designs.
Okay, well, I thought we were going to try that.
I know if I win it, obviously I'm gonna have to do a giveaway.
Well, yeah, we do giveaways no matter what. We like doing giveaways. Where am I putting these when I'm done since they're so long?
Just lay them on the floor, like somewhere in half. Just lay it right there on the floor.
Doesn't look like I don't know. You want to look at it?
I will when I go to sew it. It's fine.
I don't know. Too late.
Coming to where I can trim another one.
Spurvin's a thing.
All right, so now I'm just going to fold it on top of itself. Obviously, you can't see that because it's totally like in front of me.
Thank you, Ellen.
Not the camera.
That you win.
All right, and lay it on. Alright. And I'm pressing all my seams towards the background color that I chose. Reason for that is because if you were to press towards the piecing, just for the that are beginners, if you start pressing towards the piecing, you're going to have a lot of bulk. This way, everything goes towards the emptiness, which is this piece that I'm adding on to everything.
Jim, I saw your orange.
His orange Dresden.
Yep.
Jim, are you on a Dresden kick now? Speaking of Dresden, that's the next quilt to make. So after I finish the Not So Alone Lone Star, after that's finished is on to a Dresden client's Dresden. I couldn't get it out. Sorry. That happens.
Okay, it's not working at all for my phone. Are you still on? Yep, you're still on.
I'm like forcing the seams open to wood press. My fingers get tired after a while from finger pressing. I'm just making sure it's completely open for Scott when he presses it.
I'm voting on your quilt. Give me a second.
There you go.
I don't have the memory.
All right, next one.
I don't vote, I'll forget.
And I'm going by a directional fabric, and this is the way it goes. So this is the bottom side. And I'm going to start sewing the piece on. It's going to all the bottoms but one. What?
Krista says, oh, FedEx just dropped off Quilty stuff from my MSQC.
Ooh. I think this is going to be a super awesome quilt. It's going to be huge too.
Jim says, yes, they are fun, all cutting with scissors and paper pattern.
Ooh, that's a lot of work.
Sounds like a lot of work.
I don't even cut Dresdens with scissors. I do it all by rotary cutter.
To each his own, I imagine.
This is like slow marathon. I'm like jogging here. Actually, it feels more like walking instead of running.
How you want me to do that? Just iron over it?
What?
You sewed a seam open. There's a lump here.
Oh.
You just want to iron over it?
Yep, iron over it. they're flipping when they hit this base right here, this little in between
Yeah,
lip.
because the rest of the seam is pushed down.
So I'm
but-
attempting to make them all. Oops, I lost my foot pedal again.
Just means you can't get mad at me. There's other things in the mix going on. Everybody's iron.
It's not going to be perfect.
Kim says, Jim, you should try a checker Dresden. They are fun to do. Katrina says, Cliff is voting with his 2 emails. Don't share his 2 emails and my 1 email. Terry's daughter is also now voting. So you got a lot of people there voting. Thank you, Katrina. We're going to definitely have to do some giveaways. My gosh. I only have 1 email.
Oh, my eye itches.
Actually, hold on. Technically, I have 2 emails. I forgot. I have a second email I created ages ago. And I used to show stuff in the white. Second email for that.
Can you manage to press this one back without me pre-doing it so I could just start sewing and sewing and sewing?
I guess.
If you put it on the top and then roll it back, it works easier. So just lay it where this is on the top and then you roll
I
it
have
back.
no idea what you're talking about. If you want to do it, you can really do it because I don't know what you're saying.
All right, directional goes this way.
Since I'm way behind you, I don't know why you would keep sewing ahead of me, but that's on you.
All right, here we go. Let's add a knitter wood.
Jim says I'm trying to. Jim says I'm trying to make a quilt big enough for 6'8" son, so making all variations.
That works.
Kim says I'm voting daily, and I have 5 friends who are voting. Another man friend did too. That's good. Thank you, everyone. We even have the lady who picked up her 2 quilts that just did on the long arm, the one with the blue hibiscus that you guys all love, the last one she long armed. We even have her voting.
And by the way, I have to tell you, the long arm video that I did the other day of her quilt is what was it called again?
It's a blue hibiscus.
No, that was the backing fabric. Anyway, I long armed feathers, right? You guys all watched that. The quilt, you guys were asking what it was. It was actually a block of the month thing that she did in Scottsdale, Arizona. So it was some block of the month club, and that's what she made out of it. So it was a mystery to her what she was making, and that's what it was. So
it was very pretty.
She always tells me it's a donation quilt, and then I'm done quilting it, and she wants to keep it, so she's got to make more to donate. And I was like, next time, say it out loud: donation, 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 donation. That way, I'm not quilting fancy. Let's keep the quilting on it. So
all your quilting
yeah.
is nice. Okay, Clarissa says I ordered the 5x15 ruler from the MSQC because of Tiffany.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, Mary asked, how long is the voting going on for?
Till the 14th of March. So it stops on the 14th of March, and then there'll be a live streaming virtual event, which, you know, I really want you guys, I think you guys should join it. But March 15th through 20th is a live streaming event on SewingMachinesPlus on the here on YouTube, and they do it on Facebook as well. They stream it on both things. They do giveaways during the streaming, and you'll see all the quilts. They're probably going to, you know, throw in the images of all the quilts that were entered. It's a virtual quilt fest. So they do all sorts of stuff, and they don't just give away little things. They give away machines and tools and, you know, all sorts of stuff, you know, because they don't sell just machines. They sell fabric, they sell notions, they sell everything. So they do lots and lots of giveaways. The last one I didn't enter, but I did watch the 5 days of the virtual quilt show. They gave away so much stuff, like lots and lots of stuff. It was pretty cool. This
is what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, but I was saying it would have been easier if you were pushing up for yourself. I mean, but that's okay. Do it
How's
that
it
way.
easier to push up? Then I'm going to push the wrinkle in. I don't know.
All right, coming to the end of this one.
It's confusing.
Fold it onto itself.
Mary says quilt makes the quilt.
Yep. It finishes it. Makes it seem different than by itself.
How am I supposed to iron it up? What, you just want me to sit there and iron it up?
No.
I'm going to iron a wrinkle in it.
You lay the piece this way and push up.
Oh.
Like that. Okay. Next.
I don't know.
Like I said, they're directional, so I
confusing me.
have to turn them around. All right, next.
Hi, Netta. Netta says hi.
Hello. All right, there we go. This darn puddle keeps slipping away.
June says I have the die for the Dresden. Have a lot of things with it, and I have a few other projects to do first. Katrina asks, when does the voting end for the quilt?
March 14th. And I'll share the links when the virtual quilt show starts in the Facebook group for you guys so that you guys could watch too if you want and join in all the fun that they do. They have special guest teachers and all sorts of stuff that whole entire time. So like Jenny Doan, Karen K. Buckley, all sorts of designers, you name it, they're all like talking about things and showing things and blah blah blah. And so yeah, it's a big virtual quilt fest. So I don't even think Jenny is leaving Missouri. I think she will just be virtual on it, you know, for her part or whatever. And I don't know what day it ends on, but yeah. But it goes the 14th or the 15th to the 20th, and then all the winners get announced on the 20th. I don't know if they're announcing them online or only in email, because when I read the rules and regulations when I entered my quilt, some of it says email and then some of it says during the virtual quilt fest. So I'm not 100% sure how they're announcing, if they're announcing it loud and clear. And then they only give you 1 week to reply to your winner announcement. They'll send out 3 emails after that. If you don't reply, you lose what you win. So whoever wins the big 50K dream quilt, you know, studio makeover, that person better reply.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, because that dream studio is long arms, embroidery machines, tables, you name it. That has so much stuff, and it's free to enter. So, you know, makes it even more fun because you take the chance. It would be wonderful if one of my subscribers won that. It'd be great.
Well, we never win anything, so the odds of us winning are slim to none. But if one of you guys win, that'd be cool, just because we'd know that. Be like, wow, I know somebody that won this big quilt, you know? That's cool.
Yep. All right.
Teresa says, I voted this morning. I put the reminder on my phone. Katrina says, I was hoping Sherry would get better so we could make her the double wedding ring for her daughter's wedding in December. Well, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
It's one I haven't done yet, but everybody knows, and T was gonna do one soon, but I think she's gonna do AccuQuilt way, and if I do it, I'm gonna do the just manually cut it way because I got the templates. I don't know when she's gonna start it if she does, but either way, I'm still gonna do video too on it because that's what I did with my Cleopatra blocks. Although I need to finish those too because I have not finished those yet either.
Netta says I'm doing a virtual retreat next weekend. Guess it motivates me to get back into the sewing room. LOL.
That's good. My videos are my own personal virtual retreats. I get to hang out with all of you guys.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Although it would be funner if we could all video chat. That would be cool. But on Facebook, we're trying to figure out how to do more than one person on a chat with, like, not just me, but if whoever wants to join.
Does Becca knows how to do it? You can inspire?
Well, no, the Facebook tells you how to do it while you're doing it. Ooh, that one matched with this.
Okay, so I still don't understand. You don't know how to do it? It tells you how while you're doing it?
Yeah, we have to figure it. All we have to do is figure out what button it is.
Oh, okay.
And then not just me is on camera.
Netta says you can make a room on your page and go live with several people.
Yep, we can. We can do a group chat on Facebook in the group for those that aren't camera shy. And we can all meet in virtual person.
Yeah, see, that's why I was getting at June. June said Becca does it, ask her. See? That's what I'm saying. Becca's technologically, whatever.
Yeah.
Word I'm looking for. Advanced or something. We're not. Becca knows technology better than we do.
Alright, folding on top of itself. It feels like I'm actually sewing faster than I thought I would be.
Netta says she would join if she's available.
We'll have to figure out a day to do that.
I'm sure Kim and Teresa and a whole bunch of others would come on if they were available too. I'll bet you your bestie Michelle would come on.
Yeah. Oops, come on.
Hey, I just ironed all these yesterday. How are you getting all these wrinkles in the bottom end here? Jay says it sounds cool. Mary says I'd have to get dressed. Tiff wears pajamas, so don't worry.
I'm always in my pajamas, and once summertime comes, you guys know you'll always see me in a tank top and pajama shorts or pajama pants.
I have to put a shirt on when summer comes. Over the summer, I don't ever wear just gym shorts. No. It's too hot. Okay, what was that? Mary said I took a class with John Flynn for the double wedding ring, but never finished it, and now I can't find it.
Oh man, that sounds like me though, starting things and can't find them. I hate that. It annoys me when I can't find something.
Kim says I don't have Facebook on my phone, but if you text me or doing that,
you could do it from we could do it from the computer or whatever you guys do. Whatever you have Facebook from, it should work as long as you're in the group. And I think it sends out notifications too. Like if I invite everybody to it, anybody can join. I have no idea how many cameras it puts on at the same time though. I don't know if it's like Zoom where you can have like 30 people talking at the same time.
Joyce says, unless I have to go somewhere, I'm in my PJs too. Same as Tiff.
Sometimes I wear my PJs when I go places too.
Katrina says Sherry has templates and paper piecing. Ah. Brenda says hello. I'm sneaking at work again. Don't get caught, Brenda.
Yeah.
Suburban says maybe after a real haircut. LOL. Come on, Suburban. I hear about this pink hair. I want to see it. I'll show you my fancy hairdo. It's pretty.
Alright, I ran out of bobbin. And then it tangled when I ran out. Oops, not the right way, not the right way.
Mary says, I remember we made templates out of file folders for the double wedding ring. Urban says, pajamas at home, but it's only been since the pandemic. She says the pink is faded. She needs to redo it. Oh, Ellen's home now. She says she listened while she drive. Now she can watch. Okay, Ellen. You know, guys, I'm glad you all love to watch my wife and her channel and everything, but I don't want you all to get in any accidents or anything while driving.
Yeah.
We're not that special or important. I really appreciate you supporting her.
They put their things on Bluetooth and they don't look at the screen. They just listen on Bluetooth.
Okay, but now that we have 4 of our kids driving, it's a scary driving world out there. Oh,
yeah, it is.
All I'm saying is just be all I'm reiterating. That car accident thing affected 130 some cars.
Yeah, but they were on ice.
I know. I'm not blaming that on somebody watching the video. I'm just saying. Kim says that reminds me she needs a haircut. Teresa said I worked early. I left work early so I could watch. Ay. Oh, Mary says, ask Eric Oda for tips on how to set up. We've been looking for Eric, our comedy relief.
I haven't seen Eric on any chats in like 2 weeks or more.
Yeah, we've been wondering where the comedy relief guy went. He ran off. I hope he's doing well. Good guy. Jim's back. I'm back. Back again. Hi, Jim. Oh, Joyce is packing up her house right now to move. They sold that one. Find a new one.
I know. I heard. It's so sad. Realtors need to give more time for that kind of stuff. You know, when they sell a house, they need to give the people like, oh, I'm going to sell the house. You have however many months, and then
you mean the house was sold out from under?
Yeah, while they're renting. So they should have the whole entire escrow to move instead of move now by this date. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what happened to the original owners in that house. The original people in that house. Did I tell you that? Before I met you.
Rental owners need to just give I think I'm going to sell the house in 6 months. You have 6 months to start looking for any place. I think that's more, to me, that just seems more nice to do.
Why did my screen go?
No idea. This one's upside down.
Joyce says she has 30 days. That sucks. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I've been there.
When I first bought this house that we live in now, before I met Tiff, the people straight across the street from me, they were really nice people. I got to know them pretty good, and they found out the bank came to them and told them they had to get out, and they only had 30 days. They found out the person they were paying rent to quit paying the bank, and the bank was foreclosing on the home and taking it back from the owner, but they were paying rent the whole time. So yes, the bank came and told them they had to get out, and they had no idea. And it was a really sad story. They were really nice people. The lady worked at the community college. Husband, I think, was disabled. I'm not sure. I don't remember anymore. It was goodness, 10 years ago. Yep. So they quit paying their rent for their last month, and then the person that they were paying rent to tried to sue them for last month of rent. And they said, well, you haven't been paying the bank, and we're getting thrown out, so we're not going to pay you rent. I don't know whatever happened with that, but yeah, he tried to take them to court. Luckily, I never met that guy, though. I don't think I would like him. Anyway, sorry for that big long story. You can talk about something else.
I'm just in this zone. How many of you get in that spur zone that you just, it's like once you get going and you just got to keep up that pace.
Hi, DB. DB says hi, all.
Hello.
Dennis says time to get sewing for me. I have several projects I want to get completed this weekend. Ellen is cutting 2.5-inch squares with her Quilt Go because her wrist is swollen and hurts. That won't stop her. Well, you go, girl. We'll give you moral support right here.
This machine is like a little helicopter. That's what it sounds like over and over and over again. A little bouncing around helicopter. Turbulence. That's funny. Not crack myself up. Time to take a drink of water. Yum yum.
Mary asks, our house is pretty expensive out there.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't you tell them about our termite fiasco and us thinking about moving?
Yeah, we're thinking about moving because remember we've had termites? Well, we got termites again. Guess where those termites are this time, guys? Here in my quilting room. Yeah, right? So we just had the house termited again. Literally again. But to really get down deep in the problem, the termite guy suggested we tear everything out of all the rooms, get it all out, empty the whole entire house out, tear up all the flooring so that they can get to the concrete and drill the concrete everywhere. Yeah. So we were thinking, you know, we treated the house for termites, so it should be good for 10 years, right? But still, we're thinking about moving because it's just going to be a recurring problem. Every time we treat one area, they come back to another area. It's
Yes, Mary.
so the prices of housing, though, we will not.
Expensive.
If we sold this house, we would not get enough to buy a new house. If that, you know, fits a place for my long arm, because we have to have a 2-car garage. We need to have a place for the long arm to go. You know, I don't care if it's 2 or 3 bedrooms, but as long as there's like a indoor family room or something, it has to have 2 bathrooms. You know, when you look online at that, houses are running like $325,000 to $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 for 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses in our area right now.
Yeah,
Seriously.
houses start around $300,000 in our town.
Yeah.
Our town is an expensive town.
Yes, very.
Because we're technically a retirement / California party type town.
Just to rent here, like if you want to rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, you can rent anywhere from $1,500 a month to $2,500. Seriously, that's how much it is. You can't even find a duplex for under $1,100 a month.
Sherry says that's so crappy.
Yeah.
Or Cheryl, sorry. Not Sherry. Cheryl.
But yeah, we just got treated, so hopefully the termites will stay gone for a long time. But with all this, the wood shelving and everything, it's hard to, once they come, they come. But when I was looking up in the attic, from what I can see, I didn't see no termite damage. And there's nothing on my shelves and stuff that's visible, you know, for termite damage, and nothing's fallen apart. So obviously it's not that bad. It's not as bad as the floor was when we had to rip up the floor between the kitchen and the dining room.
Yep. Suburban,
You
that's
know.
what we had to do too. We had to do our whole garage as part of our dining room area. We had to rip up the flooring and everything. It was not fun.
Yeah.
To do this room properly, like Kay is saying, yeah, they drill into the concrete, but we have to rip up our carpet.
And that means I have to
had
empty
them do
the room out.
outside of the house because we didn't want to rip up the carpet and move everything in the room.
So yeah, we're contemplating moving. That's why I haven't brought my long arm in the house, because Scott says once you bring it inside, we're not moving it again. We're not gonna, you know, take it apart and move it again. So it's either find a new house, you know, and hope that we sell this one. And like I said, because it has, you know, consistent termite problems over the years, that just does not ever go away. Obviously, that has to get disclosed, and that's somebody else's problem. So we're not going to get as much as we would want.
They don't have to get disclosed. We've had them here 3 times now killing them. As far as everyone knows, they're dead.
So either way, finding a house in our price range, because nobody's doing loans or anything, so we wouldn't be able to get a, you know, a loan temporarily to find a house first, then sell this one. So we're kind of, you know, in one of those whatever things.
He says it sounds like Charlottesville, college party town.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's a lake town. People come here for the jet ski and boat races, and they come here for partying because it's a lake.
Our town
Yeah.
can't make up its mind. Over the winter, it's a retirement/snowbird community with older people. And over the summer, it's a party town with much younger people.
Yep.
And the locals don't like any of them. We just put up with them all.
It helps our economy locally, having all the visitors, but it doesn't at the same time, because there's way more car accidents, there's way more DUIs, there's way more everything. It's just
I think the partiers annoy us the most because they pollute everything and destroy everything.
yeah.
Although when I was in high school and living in this town, I was one of them. So.
Not me.
Goodness, Suburban said they had to take the walls out and had their studs replaced.
Oh.
My gosh. don't
Ours
do that.
isn't that bad. Not that we know of.
Mary
They
says,
coming
yikes,
under
guess
from-
I won't move there.
Every time we've had the problem, they come up from the concrete. We haven't found them in walls yet. It's only from underneath the concrete. So under our foundation. So yeah, it's just I don't know.
Joyce says between a rock and a hard place. Yes, Joyce, it is.
Yep. It's decisions. And I wouldn't mind having another house, like with a family room that I can close off, like like a 20 by 15 family room size room, and just have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, you know, because then I have my quilting room, but it needs to be closed off from everything else. That's the problem. So that way I'm not waking anybody or disturbing anyone when I work.
Oh no, DB, it's not the exterminator. We couldn't afford to have the whole house done at once. So every couple of years he has to do another section of the house because that's how we can afford it. Because the termites keep moving. When they kill them at one section, then they move to the other end. So I don't think it's the exterminator's fault. They only guarantee it if they do the whole house, and we can't afford to have the whole house done.
Because you guys know I have issues with Social Security, so.
Yeah. This time we had them do the front of the house. The last time they were here, we had them do the garage, and then the time before that, they did the back of the house. So it's kind of, if we could afford to have everything done the first time, then it would be on them if the termites kept going back. But hi, Linda. Linda wants to know what you're working on.
I am making my fabric train into a quilt. My fabric train is becoming a beautiful quilt. A big, beautiful quilt at that.
Yes, Linda, did you see the fabric train video? Yes, it's all that.
You know, I'm gonna have to start sewing left-footed because my right foot is going numb holding that pedal down.
Hi, Billy. Billy says I finally caught y'all live.
Oh, yay.
Krista says, shoot, that's a lot for rent. I pay under $700 a month rent for a 3-bedroom, 1-bath
Really?
apartment. I have the main floor of the house, and it's not in the hood. Close, but not in it.
Huh. Yeah,
DB
it's
says,
expensive here.
try homeopathic remedy. I use boric acid and
Yeah,
lime,
we were
and it
thinking
seems
about
to
doing
work.
the borax around the toilet because we also have termites coming in around the toilet. Weird, right? There's no wood there at all. But like the guy said, they come up from anywhere looking for wood. So, from our foundation itself. But yeah, I've already done the whole looking up all the home remedies that we could possibly do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should have plenty. Can you do me a favor and press that real quick right here? You have that lip from where I ripped it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's hard without the thingy underneath. There's no...
Yeah, we have to redo my ironing board, but it's too windy outside today to do it.
Yep, or else that's what we'd be doing.
Yeah. So I decided to sew instead.
You guys really are, the rest of Mojave County, we live in Mojave County, Arizona. The rest of Mojave is a lot cheaper. Havasu is by far the expensive area.
It wasn't always this expensive though.
But I mean, you can go to Kingman, Bullhead, Parker. Parker's right next to us, even though we're not considered in Mojave County.
Yeah,
They're all much cheaper.
there's lots and lots of areas around here that are cheaper. We're just expensive because we're on the lake.
Hi, Chris. Chris says homes in San Diego are trending in the $600,000 a gallon.
I bet.
2,200. That's for studio 1 bedroom and up. No wonder people are leaving.
Yep. And then you know where they're coming? Here.
Yep, we get a lot of Californians from here. Oh yes. Mary says Schweitzer Town is a lot of crime and not progressive.
That's one thing we
but
don't
it's probably
have.
the cheapest in the U.S.
That's one thing we don't have a lot of here is crime. I mean, there's crime, but
As a person that used to work at the police department, they try and keep a lid on most of the crime because they don't want the tourists to know. There's
but I
more
could tell you
crime
this:
than people know.
there's 1, maybe 2 murders a year every 2 years, and there's 1 or 2 murder suicides where the family member kills the family member. So it's not that bad.
We have a lot of suicides.
We have a lot of
Actual
suicides.
murders.
Barely any murders.
Crime is bigger in this town than they let on. They
But
don't let the
suicides are
newspapers
mainly teens.
and people tell you.
The last 3 years, there was 4 teens. They sent emails out from the high school, you know.
Yeah.
In the last 4 years. Can you believe that? That many teens? I don't know what they have to be sad about.
Mary, where do you live that it's the cheapest in the U.S.? I want to know. Maybe Tiffany will move there.
Probably rain or snows. Maybe that's why. And this is landing on a seam, so all I have to do is rip this seam out right here. That's the first time all these pieces I have sewn now that I've landed on a seam with my accent fabric.
Yes, Suburban, we know. That's why we haven't sprayed anything around. We don't want someone to get anything. That's why we let them come and do the drilling.
Yeah, we're very mindful of the kitty.
Yep. Who is for once not in the quilt room. Every day he seems to be wanting to be in here next to us, and today he's hiding underneath a blanket on the rocking chair.
Yep, he's not in here today.
He makes a little cave underneath a blanket and hides. That's what he's doing.
So now I have this piece that I'm on and one more other piece that does not get a bottom attached to it. So that means after this piece is sewn, I could start going the opposite way, sewing all the pieces together. Woohoo! And the reason why this one doesn't get a piece on the bottom is because I'm going to border the whole entire quilt.
Oh, Mary lives in Topeka, Kansas.
Ah, I had a friend named Michelle and her husband Deborah that used to live in Topeka, God, 20 years ago.
She says you would like it there.
And yeah, she didn't pay much for anything even back then, 20 years ago.
But it depends on your weather, Mary. It has to be insanely hot for Tiff. Oh, no, she says Tiff wouldn't like it.
Yeah. I don't like humidity and I don't like cold.
Tiff really couldn't live anywhere else in America other than Mojave County.
Yeah.
Because we are so hot here without any humidity. Florida's very hot, Texas is hot, New Mexico, but they have humidity in most of those places.
Even in
we could live in California, but we're not going to.
I would never go back to California.
Nope.
Not against people who live in California. I didn't like it there when I was a kid, and I don't like it there as an adult. It's too congested. I like calm. I don't like big cities.
California's nice, and I was stationed there. Beautiful weather and stuff like that, but yes, it's lots and lots of people.
All right, so I had pretty much almost two pieces.
Yeah, Heather says, yep, it's not the temperature that will get you, it's the humidity.
Yeah.
No, Mary, they did not. It is very sad.
All right.
She asked if the girls got to take their quilts when they left.
No, they didn't.
No, it was, they were here 1 minute and gone the next. We didn't, they were leaving even to give them.
Okay. So this is my direction.
Very sad.
So this is going to be my bottom piece right here. So I'm going to put it on here like this, but I'm going to sew from the other side.
Yeah, suburban Vegas gets the same weather we do pretty much, but you couldn't pay me to live there either. That's way too many people.
Yeah, no way. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to sew from the opposite direction. So I sewed these on from here down that way, or from the other side up, you know. So now I'm sewing these from this side down.
We're small town people, Tiff and I. Our town is way too big for me even. We want to go to an even smaller town in the future. Oh, honey.
Yep.
Tiff and I talked about moving to a little town called Yucca. It's in between our town and Kingman. They don't have a grocery store even. It's very small. So we're probably going to actually move there, but we talk about it.
I still have to flip seams as I go. Although some of them are already facing a certain way. I'm like a country girl. I like living on area where if I wanted, I could have horses on my property and animals and just be able to do whatever I want. Or if I wanted, say, quads and street or dirt bikes or something where I can play around on my property or have a bonfire or anything without getting in trouble by a city, you know? That's the kind of girl I am. That's what I like. But I also like the heat. All right. So now I have my bottom two pieces sewn together.
Heather says, I like the quiet out in the country where we live, and the neighbors are awesome and about a football field away.
That's what I like right there, you know. The neighbors being farther away. I don't like congestion of tons of houses. We live on a quiet street. We barely have traffic, you know, so.
Brenda says, the man's hometown only has a speed limit. LOL. Zella says, I live in a small village. My neighbors have chickens in their backyard. That's awesome. Kim says she has a friend that lives up in Yucca and she loves it. She works in one of the casinos in Havasu. So she must work across the lake then, because we don't have a casino in Havasu. I mean, she works across the lake.
Man.
Or else down in Parker. Parker has a casino.
Got upside down. And I don't want to flip it. Maybe I should just leave that one upside down then.
Jim says, too bad you can't do cold. You can rent here. It's between
I'm not
$400
ripping this whole
and
seam.
$600 a month, depending on baths and bedrooms. What?
I'm not ripping this whole seam. I put it accidentally up right side upside down. One is right side up, one is upside down. Accidentally. I'm not ripping it. Nobody's gonna say, oh, the ducks are upside down. Oops. Alright.
Well, thank you, Suburban. Heather says, well, you can still get in trouble in the country out here if there's a burn ban in effect. I guess so.
Alright. Right side up, right side up. Okay. Now I'm just going to start attaching them right side up. I don't know how I got that one upside down, but I did.
Well, Jim, with all the snow you're getting, I'm sorry, but we would have to pass. I couldn't handle that, much less my wife.
I don't do snow.
Tiff would be a frozen popsicle.
I don't even like the cold wind that's here today. Like, it's really cold for me.
Well, we get really bad winds. I don't know if they understand. We get winds bad enough to tear roofs apart.
Yeah.
I mean, it blows trash cans into people's houses and put holes in their houses. That just happened to Maxine. One year before I met Tiff, it blew a bicycle into my window and busted my front window.
Yeah, the wind gets horrible here.
Winds that are like, you know, tornado,
Hurricane
type winds. It gets bad.
I'm
That
so
and the
little.
heat. I
I'm
don't
so
get
little.
bad
The
weather.
wind does this to me. Okay, back to the ground. I'm serious. It does. On one really bad days, it does that. I can't stand up straight.
Yeah. And of course, it has to be trash day that it happens. So everybody's trash cans are in everyone else's yard with the trash all over.
Yeah.
Okay, Heather says there are perks to living in town, but the distance between the houses is enough for me. Yep, Kim says exactly across the lake. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Tiff and I talk about going to Yucca every now and then. It's kind of far though, because Tiff has a lot of doctors, so we'd have to be in town all the time. Acoma. Bourbon says the humidity is murder there. Yeah, we can't do that either. Jim says put another one that way and then it's designer's choice.
Yeah. It really doesn't honestly matter, but
Carissa asks, is the hot weather better for your MS?
yes, for me it is. I don't, you know, there are tons of different people with MS that say different things, but there are many that I've met that live here that say they thrive here, that they don't have as many episodes, that they can get up and do things every day without issue, that they have less nerve pain because we're warming our nerves up here. Like, I go sit outside and I just sunbathe and I feel absolutely amazing. I don't know why. He's like, it's too hot out here, let's go outside. And I'm like, just give me 5 minutes. I just bask in the sun. I don't know why. It makes me feel amazing, and I'm extremely good. But as soon as it's cold, I have problem after problem after problem all the time. I don't know how anybody with MS can live in northeastern areas of the United States where it's freezing all the time. I don't know how they do it, because I wouldn't be able to. I've been to places that were cold and I did not do good, you know.
Berman says it's the vitamin D from the sun.
Yep.
Zella
And a
says
lot
they
of
get
people-
bad when they're in Michigan too.
A lot of people with MS have vitamin D deficiencies, so ooh, this piece got cut short.
Hi Teresa, how you doing? Teresa says hi, honey. Teresa
Hello.
Louise. Yeah, you have vitamin C deficiency, don't you?
Vitamin D
Or
deficiency.
vitamin D deficiency, yes, that's what I meant. Vitamin D deficiency.
So this one is short by like a whole inch. How did I manage that? I don't know, but we're gonna keep putting it together and I'll just trim them all that size.
Yeah, Tiff takes a lot of different vitamins. She takes gummies and takes different vitamins.
Oh wow, that's about an inch too small.
Teresa
I'm
said
totally not stopping though. See? So you could see that row came in too short. I don't know how I did that. How did I do that? I'm still going to keep sewing and I'll just trim them all to that length because, oops.
You measured at the beginning. Maybe we were talking.
Yeah, probably. It was the talking. Next. Let's push that seam back. It wants to go back naturally anyway.
Heather says, been there, done that. Right there with you, Tiff.
Hey, this is just a scrap quilt, so, you know, this doesn't need to be anything fancy schmancy. I just am losing my 90 by 90 inch.
Holy cow, you only have 80 people watching. It says 78. I just noticed that.
Wow. Thank you guys all for being here.
Oh, Katrina says Branson has 10,000 people. That's where we need to go. I don't think we could handle your weather there, though, either, Katrina.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind visiting, but I ain't visiting anywhere in the winter. I'll visit in your summer times, but not quite summer because I don't want the humidity. Next. Oh, all right, there we go.
Heather says, yay, until tourist season.
All right, right sides together. Should I line it up with the short one or see what happens? Because now I'm kind of curious to see if only one got that short.
Do you want me to hold it up so you can see? Would that be easier than you sitting down trying to do it?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to line up this end because this is the end that's lined up, and I'm going to sew this end.
Thank you, Kim, for reminding everyone. Hi, Pamela. Pamela Messner says hello from Wentzville. Need to talk to my husband into iron.
It helps.
Katrina says, come to the Ozarks. Thank you, Ellen, for reminding everyone.
I got to switch to my left foot. My right foot keeps going numb. Interesting. I can't tell if it's too long or too short. This thing is going to grow so fast.
It's getting big.
I keep having to adjust as I go.
Teresa has a big storm headed her way.
Oh,
3
that's-
feet of snow.
That's not
And
good.
40-mile-per-hour wind. And I'm sure the power will be going out.
Sorry. That sucks. That's the kind of weather I can't do. Okay, so that one is the same size as this one. Very weird.
Okay, June, we'll see you later. I'm going to the store.
Okay, well, in about, how long have I been on?
I don't know. Let me check. It's 12:50. When did you come on? An hour and a half. I can tell you it's 12:50.
What?
The time is
This
12.
one is even shorter by like 3/4 of an inch. What is happening? I guess my idea of folding them in half and cutting them all at what I think is 90 inches did not work. That's okay. 'Cause it's all going to line up to one side. And that's good.
Jim said they had too many mild winters. Now they're paying for it. He has a bunch of snowman pictures. You guys get such cool little picture things. I can't
Alright,
put any of
Mr.
those on
Scotty?
the tablet.
Press all these real quick. I have to go potty.
Okay, you go potty. How am I pressing them? What am I doing?
Oh, just press it towards the,
I'm just pressing that part.
towards that, yes. And just flatten all these out. Make sure they're open though, so that they're not folded down like that. Open them up. Press it back.
Okay.
I'll be right back in just a second, guys. I gotta go potty.
What happens if you don't iron it? You just leave it like that. Won't it be fluffy? Oh. I don't know what she said. We'll have to hear her when she comes back. You guys, now you're talking about bad food. Earlier you're talking about good food. Now you're talking about bad food. Come on, I'm still hungry from earlier. Marion talking about food. Enchiladas to boot. I want some enchiladas now. Guys. So what was your answer? What happens if you don't iron it and you just quilt it? Won't it be puffy?
No, I'll have creases and folds all up in it. It'll look stupid.
Okay.
You have to iron.
Okay, I was just curious.
If you want puffy, you put puffy batting. Fluffy batting.
At me.
I'm at it.
All right,
I'm going to bring these up to me while he's pressing that and start sewing these together. That piece is going to go with this piece on top.
Okay, you want me to iron this whole thing, right? That means I need to put the whole thing up on the ironing board, just a little end. Here, where do you put these?
Oh, my arm.
Don't mess your piece. Little piece there.
Okay, let's put these two together.
Come together.
Okay, please don't. Okay. Anybody sewing? Having fun? Hanging out with me?
I'm like 20 behind. Why don't you just start talking?
I don't know what to talk about. Besides that I'm sewing. I'm pretty sure you guys can't wait to see my creation, even though I'm going to have to trim it now because I guess I can't cut a 90-inch strip accurately. But then who can? Oh, it's funny. I think this whole thing would be done by now if I wasn't on Slowpoke Joe machine.
Oh, don't make fun of the brother.
Yeah, this is a slow.
Tell me the story of the brother.
What's the story of the brother?
That's the second brother. The first one broke in his first year. He had a big back, remember?
I did tell them that a long time ago.
Kim's getting ready to cut 2.5-inch squares. Darlene is sewing and binding. We'd rather be making cloths. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie says hello.
Hello.
Irvington said she wanted to. She's had feet and ankle pain.
She's having what?
Feet and ankle pain.
I am having leg going numb pains. So I'm using the opposite foot, so I feel ya.
Brenda asks, have you tried the pre-wound bobbins? Any thoughts?
Not.
I don't know.
Nope. I have them right here though. I have some pre-wound bobbins. I haven't used them yet because I haven't used anything with these colors. And I really, really, really do not like piecing with a top and a bottom being totally different colors. Does that make any sense? I'm weird like that. So I'm saving these bobbins to when I want to like thread paint, you know, because that'll be cool. But yeah, I'll try them on here, you know, when I get to it. When I get to doing them. It's gonna get a loud sound in the background. That's the recycle guy.
Yeah, is he coming here?
Yeah.
Here, you can take over. He's not on our street yet.
Sounds like him.
Bonnie says she's almost done with her friend's quilt. Kay says I like them to be the same too. There you go. Okay, I gotta get out there before everything blows away.
Yeah, we have to be on it with the trash cans or they're gonna blow away because it's so windy out there. He even has the recycle guy even has the wind catcher thing at the top. So that it's not all blowing out of it at the same time.
Oh, beanie. I need my beanie. My beanie, my beanie.
I'll be able to sew again someday, hopefully before I'm dead. Aww. Alright, I'm gonna press this real quick because that way I can sew that on. Okay. All right. Bring this over here. I have a button on my machine I can use when I don't want to use the foot pedal. I have that too on here. And I rarely use it because that means I have to pay attention to the button and press it constantly. All right, so this goes on top here. And I probably should be pinning at this point, you know, to hold these on, but you guys know me. I don't pin unless I absolutely have to. All right. As long as that first piece gets lined up, then all I have to do is go. I'm trimming up my half square triangles with my slotted trimmer. It's taking forever. I don't like using the slotted trimmer. I actually just use which is the same exact thing as the strip tube ruler. It's the same exact thing, except you don't have to worry about the dog ear little section. And first, I had issues with the rotary cutter hitting in those trimming sections and those little slots. Yeah, it was weird. Like, I don't know if I just cut differently than everybody else, but I had issues with those slots grabbing the rotary cutter, the blade. Hi, Judy. I get warm and then I get all of a sudden chills. Ugh. It's gonna be one big quilt, guys. All from just a pile of fabric and a couple yards of background. I'll hold it up in a minute so you guys can see what it's generally gonna look like. Let me get this row sewn on. Except for my one upside down row that I am not picking out because there's no purpose. It's a scrappy quilt. Why does it matter? Although I didn't check to see if the other rows were upside down. They don't look like it so far. So far it only looks like the one. Frozen, going out and coming back in. Okay. Is that just for you or is it happening to everybody? Because my screen looks like it's still playing good. Good. Huh. It's probably just some screens, other people's internet. I figured I'd have lots of internet troubles today because of the wind, so I'm kind of glad that it's working good. I'm good here too. Yeah, okay, so then it was just Mary's. Video has been perfect today. Yeah, maybe I need to just film on windy days. Oh, it's funny. This piece seems short. It's like they're getting shorter. What the heck is happening here? No way. I did all those folds perfectly. This is going to turn out to be like 87 by 90. Because I'm losing so much. But this is another like a 3/4 of an inch shorter. Like seriously, how did that happen, guys? I don't know. What the heck? Look at that. It's like, do you see my ladder going on here? They're getting shorter and shorter.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know either. Gonna do this real quick. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Where are you at? You know what I mean? Did we say hi to Phyllis? Phyllis is on.
No.
Judy. Hi, Judy. Hi, Phyllis. Those are like the new people. You want me to quick do the ironing?
I got it.
Well, Kim said, oh my goodness, Tiff. We'll just start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, Darlene says the video has been perfect today. Well, that's good.
Yep.
Good to hear. Normally our internet's bad on the windy days.
That's what I was just saying.
Well, and the start of the video was not very good. It took us a minute to get it going, but once we got it going, I guess it's going.
Alright. I'm gonna grab another piece and lay it on here. Actually, I'm gonna start putting them in pairs of 2. That way.
Well, look, the top end's all even.
Yeah. I'm gonna start putting them together in 2s. I don't know what's happening, but whatever it is, I'm just gonna trim it. It'll work out just fine. So you guys can see
good.
what's going on right here, right? You can see that it's hanging right here. What's happening. I think it looks fabulous. I'm loving it.
It's beautiful, even if you have to cut some stuff off.
I don't know how I did that just now, but I did.
Beverly says, love the way the quilt is looking. And Judy asks, what's the quilt called?
Probably gonna be, I don't know,
Quilt train.
the quilt train. Because that's what it was a big long quilt train.
Yes, did you guys see the video? For those of you that are just getting on here, did you see Tiff's video yesterday for quilt train?
My new intro.
Yeah. Only a minute and a half long.
Me being super silly. But when am I not? I would have thought I would be out of thread by now, but I'm not. Not yet.
Heather says, Lordy, that was hilarious.
It was hilarious to film at the same time. And it's so short. Oh, it's funny.
We had fun doing it.
Alright, I'm gonna add another one to it.
Beverly said, yep, she saw it.
Wait, I'm just hooking big sections together. Get it done. Whew. I was hoping I could do this whole thing in one 2-hour or less video, but this machine does it so fast enough for a 2-hour or less video. And I saw 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5, like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 5 more strips, it looks like.
Hi, Kip. Kip says you can make this quilt pattern look like a bookshelf with books with a little bit of tweaking.
Yep, probably could.
Oh, another Bonnie asked, where did you get the stickers on your machine?
Urban Elements. UrbanElements.com. I got enough stickers on one sheet to put the butterflies on this machine and on my Juki. So just know you get a lot of stickers for one sheet.
Judy didn't see the video yet of the quilt train. You're going to have to watch it then later, Judy. It's only a minute and a half long, and it's hilarious.
It's just an intro video to my channel. It's funny. Right, Vicky? After surgery, I'm sure. Gotta do something. I'm gonna now. That's the side that's lined up, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to iron that now?
Go on here. No, I'm just gonna sew it on right here. Just lining it on.
You gotta soon be done. What do you got? 6, 7, 8, 9?
Ouch, that hurt.
You got 9 already sewn. How many more are you doing? Was it 14?
Yep, there's 14 total strips.
So you got 5 more.
Alright, so I'm going to sew this one on, and then I'll hook some more together, and then sew them on and hook some more together. Like I said, this is going to be big, so. Just going to just keep sewing. Nice, straighten it up.
Oh, look at that. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa put the UrbanElements.com link on there for you guys.
Awesome.
So all you gotta do is click on that.
They have more than just butterflies. They have rose ones. They have all sorts.
We need to get one of those things where they pay us for going to their site, huh?
Yeah, these were sent to me by a subscriber a long time ago. Like 3 years now, huh?
Yeah, it's a while.
It's been a long time. But they still sell them, so. A very popular thing. I'm gonna like kind of ow, son of a funny bone.
Do you want me to move the ironing board?
Funny.
I can move the ironing board. I'm sorry.
That hurt. That's good, Bruce. Okay, I'm not gonna again. Stay away from me.
Teresa says, is this a scrape busting project, Tiffany?
Scrap busting, yeah. Oh, come on, you stupid pedal.
Bonnie says, yeah, I just looked at the site. They're so cool. Lots of different ones. Yep. She calls them her
my
tattoos.
It's tattooed like I am. It hurts. It's stinging a little. It's stinging a little.
Vicky says it's called the funny bone because everyone laughs at you when you hit it.
Yes, it is. I know this.
Linda says it's really pretty. You have such an eye for color. Thank you, Linda.
Did a leg fall? Is that my problem? Yep.
Oh, yep. She meant to say scraps. There's Teresa.
That's fine. I knew what she said, and I don't even have to read the screen.
Yeah, these were all the mass scraps that Tiff got given to her. So she made a mass quilt. Oh, honey.
Yep.
Vicky says all your stuff is pretty. What were you going to say? You're going to call it that not cover your mouth, cover your body quilt or something like that?
Yeah.
Cover your body instead of your mouth. Bonnie agrees, all your stuff is pretty. Diane says, ouch. You okay? I can get the ice.
Nope.
We'll just take a break. We can get off, take a break, and then ice it.
Nope. I'm not very far from completing at least all this without a border for now. Yeah.
Yes. Beverly agrees with Vicky too. All your stuff is beautiful. Bonnie says, I have some tats on me too.
Who?
Bonnie what? Teresa asks, did you dye your hair, Tiff?
Sometimes. I should dye it again.
But no, she has not dyed it recently, Teresa.
It's getting funky looking. I have some more red. I can dye the red into my hair again.
It's getting a little bit longer though, finally. It's growing.
Wow, this one's even shorter. Like, what is happening? I don't know what I did wrong, but whatever it is, oh well. I don't know what happened.
Every strap you measured, you took an inch off, maybe? Every strip, I mean? That's
No,
strap.
I went to 45 every single time. Maybe it was too tight on some and too loose on the others. I don't know. I don't
Tight
know.
on some and too loose on it. Well, you're going down in like a half an inch every
Like,
one.
seriously, look. That's the straight side. Look at that. It's stair stepping the whole way. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So that's okay. I'm just going to attach those other 5 now and get them on here.
Chris says I saw a pattern like...
Start pressing this while I put these next ones together.
Okay, Chris says I saw a pattern like this one. I believe it's called Chinese coins. Definitely a scrap buster.
Yes.
Chinese coins. That's cool.
I'm just going to sew the rest of all these together, then sew them on and be done. Huh?
Design the whole thing when it's done. It's huge now.
I can, yes.
Yeah, I'll do it for you. Teresa says it still looks great. Joyce says it looks like something I would do too.
I'll just trim it when it's done after, because I'm going to be adding a border anyway. So.
Beverly says it's okay. It still looks awesome.
I just wanted to sew scraps together. That's it. I didn't quite do everything an accurate way, so I could have laid them all out on the living room floor and then subcut them and then come in here and started sewing them for you guys. But
Joyce says it does look awesome.
Can you believe there was that many scraps? Just 2 little bags. That's all this was 2 little bags of scraps. That's it.
Oh, you added the yellow in between.
Well, yeah, I'm saying the scraps itself though is making something this big. If it was just the scraps itself sewn together without adding another fabric, it still would have been 70 inches worth of strips. So
says it's so pretty. I can't wait to see it when it's done.
And I just played bobbin chicken with that one.
Well, you guys will see it when it's done. It's going to be a for sale quilt, so
one more.
One way or another, it'll be shown.
Okay, let's hope this last bobbin finishes all this up, because I don't want to have to roll any more bobbins. All right. Grab another one. Put it on here. Whew. Lots of work, my friends, lots of work. And just for those that are joining that didn't catch it in the beginning, I cut my string strips, these parts right here of string all put together, or whatever pieces of fabric. I made them into 5.5 inch wide, and then I'm adding a 1.5 inch on all the rest. That's my accent color 1.5 inch cuts. Because they were 6 inches, but they were wonky, just like the quilts turning out wonky on one side. Well, they were wonky on their own too.
Wonky.
But that's okay, because I'm making it all work. Okay, next one.
Mary says,
Looks like what, 2 more?
I
Two
think
more.
so. And then you're done.
Actually, I want this dragon to not have to get cut off, so I'm going to attach him directly.
Teresa says, do you know how big it will be?
It should be 90 inches long, and now probably like 87 wide, because of the whole staggering thing going on. But I want to make sure this dragon lands on, because I really like this dragon. So that can go on this side right here. Oh, it should make it perfect.
Mary asks, are you sewing up one side and the other? Sometimes
Yes.
if you don't, it gets distorted.
No, it's up at one side, down the other. Yes. Except for this piece right now, because I want a dragon to be on here.
Hi, Billy.
And I don't want him cut off, so I want him to land where I want him to land.
Billy says, hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but done it again. It's beautiful. Or, but you done it again. It's beautiful. It's okay, Billy. Teresa said, I might miss a lot of what is being said as I keep working on stuff and then come back to check on you.
Oh, that's fine.
It's okay, Teresa. No big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, Teresa, what are you working on? Are you out plowing again? Tiff showed me all those.
Did you see the one that was posted on Facebook a couple days ago with the dug her car out,
Yep.
but didn't dug her brother,
Yep.
didn't dig the brother's car out, and you can't even. There's no car.
Yep. I
Like,
saw that.
yeah, I couldn't live like that. Never. You guys, I tell you all the time, you guys are brave. And the older you get, I don't know how you go out there and shovel your cars out, because I'm not even that old, and I couldn't do it. I
You would
couldn't
have
have
to do
to.
it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to either. Your knees would give out on you,
Yeah,
and
well,
then you would have issues.
someone would have to do it, and so you would have me do it. Who else is going to do it?
I couldn't live that way. I like to be able to just up and leave when I want to up and leave. I don't want to have to dig my car out of snow. I just can't do it. I'd be one of those people every year while it's so depressed, I'd hide inside, and yeah, I would make sure I have to stock up like a bear in a cave of my food. Hibernate.
Hi, Susan. Susan says, ouch, nothing funny about that. When you hit the bone. Mary asked, what size did you cut the fabric pieces?
These pieces that are right here, the strips, they were 6 inches ish when I sewed them all together into one big train. Then before I completed the train itself, I took them in smaller sections and cut them down to 5.5 inches. And they're all different widths. They're different widths throughout the whole entire thing.
Darlene says, I have one tattoo in remembrance of her daughter, her daughter. It's a rose with her name at the bottom, and like a paper scroll, purple with pink accents.
That's cool.
It's their favorite colors.
It's really nice.
Teresa said she plowed snow yesterday, and they're running out of places to put it. Unless I had to shovel the snow off my truck. Kay says it's all she knows because she was born in New York. Snow. It's cold.
Not me. My aunt lives in New York. I always tell her every year, someday I'll come visit you, as long as it's not wintertime.
Well, yeah, we always talk about going to see the
Because we want to go to,
falls.
she doesn't live very far from the falls, from Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Niagara Falls, that's it. Yeah,
And
we
I
wanna
wanna
go
see that.
Niagara Falls. Both of us do.
So I figured while I'm seeing Niagara Falls, I could just stay at my aunt's for a week, you know, because it's right there. But haven't done it yet to this day. And she's been there for like 11 years. All right, so the dragon made it where I wanted. Now, sew the last one onto this, and then sew this onto the quilt. And
Kay says the fall is awesome. Teresa says cleaning a house, doing laundry, filling jugs with water, getting lamps ready, stuff like that.
all right, last one to sew on. And then I just sew it onto the quilt.
Billy says the snow is gone, but now the rains are beginning, so it's muddy now.
Oh man, that's really gotta suck.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So this piece on, and then sew it to the big one, and then press the whole entire thing, and then put some borders on it.
Hi Heather. Heather says hello from Queens in the morning.
I think what I'll do is trim it, you know, the side that's kind of cockeyed and staircasing. I'll trim the whole entire thing to the smallest one of those, obviously, and then I'll probably cut 3-inch strips from the fabric that I used in between and go all the way around the whole thing with 3-inch strips, and it'll be like a 96-inch by 98-inch or something quilt. You know what I mean? It's going to be barely off just by a little bit. Only because of my screw up.
I still think up and down might be. What do you think?
What?
Like sideways?
What?
Pictures go sideways. I thought there was going to be up and down.
They are up and down. This is not hanging with these facing down. This is in between up and down wise. The way it's laying right now is how you're going to see the whole quilt from top to bottom.
Yeah, I would have liked it to be the other way, with the pictures going the other way.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to. The fabric's directional. It
Then
wouldn't
you
have.
turn it the other direction. That's
You
what
wouldn't
I'm
have been
saying.
able to if the direction piece is this long and only 6 inches wide. You wouldn't have been able to turn it
Okay. I don't know.
because they were all different widths. Doesn't look as big as I thought it was going to look, but obviously it needs to be trimmed and all that.
Teresa says, I'll sleep while the power is out. Carissa says, half my job at work is working outside. When it was negative 42 out recently, I think we would have frozen to death long before it got that low.
Oh yeah, I would.
We'd freeze to death at regular 40.
It was 46 degrees here last night, and I was freezing, and the wind chill makes it even worse. It wasn't a good time to be a smoker.
That's on you. You don't have to be a smoker.
All right, now I'm going to attach this to this.
Jim says the sun's still at home. He does our snow removal. There you go,
That
Jim.
works. All right, so I'm going to attach this piece onto here now. And this is the side that's lining up. All right.
Yeah, but I said it before. When I was a kid, I used to go shovel snow for people, and I used to mow lawns in the summer.
It's going to
and
be shorter than I thought. I don't know.
all that stuff make extra money.
Okay, here we go. Stay away, elbow. And then I have to trim it after this is done, because I don't know how big it's going to be. For some reason, it looks odd. All my oddball sizes all of a sudden. I don't do math. Maybe that's the problem. I suck at math. That's why my quilt is messing up.
Mary tells you, Tiff, before we quit smoking, we bought giant winter coats to go out and smoke. Good grief, she says.
I just wear a robe so that my clothing doesn't smell like cigarettes. When I go smoke, I wear a robe, and if I have a sweatshirt on, then I'll put the robe over my sweatshirt. I used to wear a different robe, but I didn't know. One time during a windy day, the cigarette cherry fell off the cigarette, landed on my robe, and my robe caught on fire. You know why? Because it was a flammable robe. My other one is not. The one that I normally wear does not catch on fire. But the green one does.
Krista says she took extra coats and a quilt with her.
Yeah, I wouldn't take my quilts outside. Maybe a horrible.
Well, if it's
old
negative
blanket.
42 out, you might
Yeah.
need anything possible. I think I would take everything I own outside to put on top of me.
Heck yeah. What kind of job do you do to have to work in that weather? Just out of curiosity.
Any job that's outside.
Yeah, but like what?
When you live in other cities, people don't stop going outside. My dad was a carpenter. He still had to go to work in the middle of the winter, go outside. Somebody's dad was a farmer. He was outside every single day.
I'm sure roofers have the more snow piling on people's roofs. I'm sure there's cave-ins too, so roofers have to come and fix things, or leaks, or just odd stuff that happens. I guess being a homeowner in areas where it snows probably has more problems than having an area that's hot right here.
Hi, Rowena. Rowena's hello. She just got off work.
Hello.
Teresa says if it was negative 42, I would not go out to smoke or anything for that matter.
Yeah, me neither. I'd be sitting in front of some kind of heater under a bazillion blankets because I know that that negative temperature is going to make the inside of the house negative too. That's what I think in my head. It probably isn't, though. Sitting on a wood stove, I guess. Although I wouldn't like that either because I don't like the smell of fire.
I know. You're picky. Rowena asked, what are you making?
I am working on my train of fabric into a quilt. So that silly video that I posted yesterday as my intro video, that is what I am doing. I'm working on that long train. It's coming out like I envisioned, just not the math measurements that I thought I did correctly. Oh, it's funny. That's okay. I have to keep adjusting the whole entire thing as I go. Alright. Alright, can you turn the iron on?
Yeah. It is
Oh,
on.
is it still on then? It hasn't shut itself off. All right. Before I open it and show you guys, I'm going to press it. Mostly.
Heather says you're lucky that your top is just the top. Mine is with the batting and background. It's heavy and awkward.
All right.
It's blinking red. Do I need to unplug it, plug it back in? Okay. I don't know what it's doing. Want me to do it?
It has to heat back up. It's not hot.
Well then, yeah, that's what I asked. Do you want me to unplug it, plug it back in?
No.
Here, let me bend down.
It doesn't need to be unplugged. It's heating up right now.
Oh, okay.
You can hear it.
Okay. I didn't want you to bend over and hurt yourself.
No, not doing that.
Okay.
We have to pull the cord out because it's tangled for another iron. Doesn't look as long as it is wide.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. It looks way
Maybe
wider.
I should have went with my 2.5-inch strips then. That's my problem. It's okay. So borders will fix.
I told you don't make it wider than it's longer. Carissa is the local newspaper district supervisor. She unloads trucks and she works in the office and outside in all kinds of weather. Well, your newspaper people must love you. When I was at the newspaper, they never had any district supervisor or anybody. They had the regular truck driver unloaded the trucks. It was one of my first jobs when I got out of the military. Before I worked at the police department, I did delivered newspapers in the morning, and then I did handyman work in the afternoon. The truck drivers and the delivery people unloaded the truck because half the time we got tired of waiting on the truck driver, so we just unloaded it for him so we could get going.
Yeah, I should have the 2.5-inch strips. I think that was what my move was.
Well, all of a sudden, you get 82 people watching. Wow. You were down into the 60s. Just came on.
That's because they're getting off of work or something.
Yeah. Well, you were at 80 earlier, then it dropped down into like 65. Hi, June. June's back. You sure you don't want me to iron?
Those ones are all ironed down there, so I just need to come to the other side now.
Okay. Yeah, it looks way wider than it is long. We're gonna have to measure.
Yep, that's okay. You'll be fine. The last of it can go on the back if I have to trim it to a size. And it's going to be smaller than I had thought, but that's okay.
Well, that's cool, Mary. Mary's telling Darlene that after her husband died, butterflies would come around her daughter and her when they went outside. So they decided they were from her husband. So they got butterfly tattoos and ordered on her. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Bonnie says on Wednesday she's going to New Hampshire to give her friend and her granddaughter their quilts that she made them. Can't wait to see faces.
Ooh. Sounds fun.
Yes, it does.
Hand delivery is always the best, if you can.
Yes, for us, most of the time we have to ship them.
Yep.
Which I would much rather do it in person. That way you can see the person's face.
All right, so this quilt is now longer than it is, or it's wider than it is tall in the direction that I wanted it to be. But don't judge, I will trim it down, and whatever I trim off, I will straighten up and put it on the back of this quilt. Yeah, this is totally not the height that it's supposed to be. It should have been, I should have used 2.5-inch strips. So here you go, hold this.
Oh, sorry. Am I holding what side?
I don't know, but I'm going to turn the camera. Just stand over there. Hold the top right there. You're holding it wrong. The top.
Yeah, I asked you what you wanted me to hold and you handed me that.
All right.
Don't get mad at me for doing what you
Scoot over
handed me
there,
to do.
please. So it's longer because this is the way I want it to stand. This is the way I want it to be. Can you guys see that? How well can the screen see it?
How do I know you're not there?
Oh.
It looks good.
So I need to find out how.
Vicky says it's very pretty.
I need to find out how, by laying it on the living room floor, what my size is.
Why don't we just fold it in half now and measure it? That way we can tell them right now.
Because I'm not going to get an accurate measurement.
Oh, if you fold it in half, you will.
No, I won't, because one side stair steps. It's
I meant
90
the other.
and-
Never mind. You don't understand what I'm saying. You're not going to get an accurate measurement in the stair stepping part either way. You're going to have to cut it down to get an accurate measurement.
all right. Its length.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Huh.
Both Just say 43, so that's 86.
Oh. Yeah, so it's going to be like 86 by 86. It looks awkward, but that's just because of the strips then. Because I have to take that stair-stepping side down, which is this side right here. See how it stair-steps? I just have to trim that down, which I'll do on the living room floor.
How long's the other way? 90?
It's supposed to be... I cut 90-inch strips. Hold that. We're going to take it down to the smallest one, but we're just going to guess for now. Just by doing this. Should have been an equal square.
55 and a half, so that's 91.
Yeah, and that's
91
not the
by
shortest.
86.
That's not the shortest, but yeah, okay. So I just have to do some trimming, guys. And I'm going to do that off camera because I have to go into the living room to do that. And I'll do it off camera, and when the next time I come back, I'll add a border to it, and then you guys can see what it looks like complete, you know. But for now, at least that's it. I just have to straighten it up a little. So you can
Tony
see all
says
the
add
really
another row.
awesome. Can't add another row because there is no rows to add. So I'm just going to straighten up my stair-stepping side right here. And then it'll shrink it to a nice perfect square again. And then I will add with this fabric a 3-inch border all the way around, which should be an equal size all the way around.
Heather says that's a great way to use up 6-inch pieces of fabric.
Yes.
And everyone's saying awesome and beautiful and looks great. And
so
hello, quarter seams.
I only have one.
Do you quilt yourself?
Yes, I quilted all myself. So, and obviously I'll probably record the day that I quilt it. So there that is. I'm going to lay it right here. So it just looks like it's shorter, but it's really not. That's all. It just looks that. That's not. So once I trim it, it'll be fine.
Who's gonna unplug the iron?
Should be nice and square. Anyway. Alrighty.
Joyce says that was great, Tiff.
Look at all that. I'm breathing all this in. That's
Yes,
just from
you are.
sewing right now.
Yes, you are.
All right, guys. I'm going to get off of here and eat some lunch and blah, blah, blah. And then maybe sometime later today or tomorrow, I'll
Bonnie says it
trim
looks like
this.
books on a shelf.
Later today or tomorrow, I'll trim this up.
Ellen says very
and,
beautiful.
Come back whenever it's trimmed and ready with some borders on it. And then I can show you guys the whole thing in full. And if I don't do it on video, I'll just post in the Facebook group, obviously. But I'm pretty sure I'll trim it and then show you the borders on video.
Connected. Oh, now you're back.
I'm going to go eat, and I'm just going to...
Mary says you give us ideas
Watch
of what to
TV.
do with scraps. We love it.
All scraps. Make a choo-choo train of scraps and subcut it. Just make sure you're paying attention to your, to your cuts. Anyways, but yeah, this is all I had left right here. And then obviously my straightening the side up. That was it. So that could just go in my scrap bin. Yeah. So thank you guys for hanging
Diane
out
says
with
it's
me.
the train gang.
Yep. It's the train quilt.
Says, what kind of quilting do you think you'll do?
Probably circles, spirals. I don't know. Something to take away the squareness, you know, of everything being so square.
Billy asks, is it going to have a border?
Yes, it's going to be the same fabric that is in between all this sashing.
Well, you want it to
Sashing
be
is
a
what
little
it's
bit
called.
longer than it is wide, right?
Yeah.
So you might have to do something.
I'll figure it out. I'll lay it on my living room floor where I have the biggest, flattest area in the whole house, and I'll do it from there. So I'm going to go eat. I'm going to let you guys go, and you eat and do your thing.
Bye, everyone.
Have whatever you do the rest of the day. If you are new, subscribe, like, share my videos with your quilty friends, as well as comment if you've watched this as a replay. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.